I think sacrilege and disrespect for one's ostensibly deeply held religious convictions and faith, it's the way of it's the new order for the Republican Party, bastardizing their deeply held religion. Peter Navarro yesterday on Fox News, he went on Fox News Sunday. Let me. It used to be, everybody's like, well, what's he pulling out of his pocket? In God We Trust appears on our money, right? Right here, the Lincoln Memorial. And above it, In God We Trust. And yesterday, Peter Navarro was on Fox News Sunday. And during this little brief hit, he's talking about tariffs. And Shannon Bream asks him, let me get the question right. Shannon Bream says, what do you say to people who say we hired the president to make the economy better, but now he says there's going to be disruption in the short term because of these tariffs? And very reminiscent of the saying on our money, Peter Navarro said, trust in Trump. Trust in Trump, who's not an economist, doesn't have a graduate degree, he's not a subject matter expert on anything other than the grift, other than being a slimy, skeevy con artist. Donald Trump is not a subject matter expert. Well, maybe, sexual assault, maybe that. Trust in Trump. We're supplanting the motto of the nation that came around during communism to show those atheist commies that we're better than them because of God for whatever reason. And now it's not trust in God, not in God we trust, it's trust in Trump. Watch this moment, and then we're really going to double down with Kevin Hassett, the actual economic advisor to the President of the United States, who has no clue whatsoever what is in store. First, Peter Navarro.
Recent polling shows that people believe that tariffs on imports are going to make their products more expensive. 69% believe that, and they think that it's actually going to hurt the U.S. economy and hurt U.S. jobs. That's according to our polling. So what do you say to people who say, listen, we hired the president to make the economy better, to make things cheaper? They believe, the economists, the analysis that show these prices are going to show up somewhere. And President Trump himself has said there's going to be some disruption in the short term because of these tariffs.
Trust in Trump. We have the example from the first term. We know that we imposed historically high tariffs on China. We imposed aluminum and steel tariffs. We imposed on washing machines, on solar. And all we got out of that, Shannon, all we got out of that was prosperity and price stability. And the reason why we're not going to see inflation is because the foreigners are going to eat most of it. They have to. We're the biggest market in the world, Shannon. And they have to be here. They have to be here. And so they're going to cut their prices to absorb that. But the bigger picture here is restoring the American manufacturing base.
All we got out of those tariffs the first time was stability, economic prosperity, he says. You know what else we got out of that? $8 trillion added to the national debt, Peter Navarro, but you know that. Donald Trump knows that. The man who sat down with with Bob Woodward during the first campaign in 2016 and said, I'm going to pay off the entire national debt. He added $8 trillion in one term, and not from COVID, not all from COVID. His tax cuts that we're talking about and his implementation of tariffs led us to $1 and $1.5 trillion deficits every single year of his presidency. And then it amped up during COVID too. Trust in Trump. While they lie and they try to make up, look, how are tariffs going to make prices lower? That's not how it works. And he knows it. And the other person who knows it is Kevin Hassett, who in this clip, I think he just doesn't, he's not ready for prime time, this character here, Kevin Hassett. He's kind of a hayseed goober type. And he's asked about price disruptions. And rather than give an answer, he just says, well, look, Donald Trump has all of the data. All these data are in front of him. He's going to make a decision based on all of the voluminous amounts of high-level extracted economic metrics. He has it in front of him, and we know he loves to read, so he's going to make a good decision, and that's what he says. He'll make a good decision, I bet, I think is what he says. I'm sure. The president has got a heck of a lot of analysis before him, and he's going to make the right choice, I'm sure. Here's Kevin Hassett. You can juxtapose these two economic advisors to Donald Trump and see which one you think is worth the money we're paying them as we the people.
And so President Trump has a long-run vision of a golden age of America, and we're working really, really hard to get it out there in time. But I can't give you any forward-looking guidance on what's going to happen this week. The president has got a heck of a lot of analysis before him, and he's going to make the right choice, I'm sure.
What does it say to you that the White House's chief economic advisor has no idea what the plan going forward is? For him to say, I can't give you any forward-looking guidance on what's going to happen this week is alarming. Even just from a communication standpoint, from a messaging standpoint, it's a problem that there's not a short or medium-term strategy relative to communicating with the American people what they want to do. And the reason they don't have a short or medium-term strategy on how to message what they're going to do is because they don't have any idea what the they're going to do. They have no idea what Donald Trump is going to decide from day to day, from hour to hour, from minute to minute. He doesn't know. And I don't know if you know, that's no way to run a country. That's no way to run an economy. That's no way to get the United States back. And look, all these people had to do was nothing. Just get into office and let the Biden recovery just send us to the moon. We were on an upward trajectory. Stability was coming back. Prices were coming down. Inflation had been conquered. And now the market losing its shit at every moment of the day. And this is what we've done. These are the people we put in charge. Kevin Hassett, convict Peter Navarro, Donald Trump. Less than ideal, no? Anyway, what do you think? I invite you to this conversation. You can comment below. I would appreciate that. It helps the algorithm to share this content. I know it doesn't make any sense that leaving a comment of any kind would help the algorithm, but how it does is any engagement that happens in the first little while that a video is posted, whether that be a comment, whether that be a like or a share or long watch time, all these things all play a role. So if you comment, it tells the algorithm, oh, this is something people like, that other people would like to see. That's how it works. Anyway, here's your YouTube lesson for the day. You could also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. Please consider supporting this work. One great way is to go on Amazon.com. Like Jeff Bezos needs an advertisement. We just published a book with my best friend of 35 years. It's called The Grateful Child. It is fantastic. It is a great gift. If you're an adult, to your adult parents, there's a beautiful message inside of gratitude and thanks. And it's also great to read to your kids. Anyway, you can go to Amazon.com and get it. We just released today wide. It was just on the website before. And it would be a good thing. Anyway, I love and appreciate you very much. Follow me on social media. I'm at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And I will see you next time. Until then, be genuine. Take care of one another.